Alright, so this is the second part of the solving quadratic functions by completing the square. I'm going to go ahead and do this example. And so we're asked to find the zeros of a quadratic function by completing the square. What are the x-intercepts? And so for this situation, in the last video, I know I did it two different ways. I'm just going to stick to one different version now. And so I'm going to do it the way of not using the pre-made formulas. So I can showcase how we can do completing the square whenever we have the leading coefficient that's not 1. So I'm going to start off same way as we did last time, except that equal to 0. And of course, here we want to force a perfect square. So since we have this leading coefficient here, we're going to factor that out. And we know that since these are understood 1, if we factor 4 from that, we end up having 1/4 in this spot. So let's go ahead and clean that up right quick. So we have 1/4 x, and then that would be plus some unknown that we'll find out later, and then minus 1/4. Seems like I have trouble writing 4s here. Alright, so here we have 1/4, and then on this side it would be 0 plus, and instead of just saying some blank on this side, it's going to be 4 times whatever I put there, because 4 times whatever's being added on that side. So now from this point, I see that my b is going to be 1/4. So if I take 1/4, 4's look crazy again. So if I take 1/4 and I divide it by 2 and I square it, I'm going to have 1/8 squared, which is 1/64. So that's what I'm going to put here, 1/64. And that's what I'm going to put here, 1/64. Okay? So now I know from what we said in the last video that I'm going to use whatever's inside the parentheses here, factor as x plus 1/8 quantity squared. So that's what all this is going to do. Then I'll have minus 1/4 here. And then if I do this, I know this is going to be the same as 1/16 there. And so again, got crazy looking 4s, so let me clean that up. Alright, so from this point, pretty good to go. We keep on going here. We'll see that if we add 1/4 to both sides, we get 1/16 plus 1/4. And so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this selected area here so we can have some more room. Alright, so here at this point, we know that 1/4 is the same as 4/16. So I'm going to go ahead and change that now. So change my 1/4 to 4/16. So now from that point here, that would be 5/16. And then we'll divide everything by 4 here. And dividing by 4 is the same as multiplying by 1/4. So I'll just go ahead and do this part. And so that will end up giving us 5/64 here. And again, can't seem to write 4s today. So that's 5/64. So that reduces to 1. So now we just have x plus 1/8 squared equals 5 over 64. And so what we'll do at this point is do the square root principle to get done solving this. So since we're running out of room, I'll go ahead and go and clear some room here so that we can finish up this particular problem. Alright, so now that we got some room cleared, let's go ahead and finish this out. So by using the square root principle, we will say this is x plus 1/8 equals square root of, sorry, plus or minus square root of 5 divided by 64. And I just don't think I'm going to have much luck writing 4s today, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, so we're here, and we know that we need to go ahead and simplify. So we know this could simplify to square root of 5 divided by square root of 64, which would just be 8. And then from here we just subtract 1/8 from both sides. And if we subtract 1/8 from both sides, then our answers look like this. And so if we wanted to, we can just say -1 plus or minus square root of 5 all over 8. So that is what our resulting answer for x would be. And what that tells us is that we have two x-intercepts. Both are irrational numbers, and we know it's irrational because square root of 5 is irrational. One is negative, one is positive. So we see that this should go with C here. This should end up being the answer. Okay. So so now that we know what the zeros are, we know that the x-intercepts are pretty much going to be the same thing. So we'll select this answer here. And so we're done. So from this moment, we'll go ahead and move on to the next problem. And so the next set of problems that we'll be talking about here, we'll be dealing with applications of solving quadratic functions. So just look out for the next video.